Hello and welcome along to round 3 of ETGT League Season 4. We are at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. We can see the run up to Eau Rouge there. It's the middle of the night. It literally is midnight here at Spa. It's the first night race of the season. And there we go. So it's round 3 here at Spa. It's our first time visiting this legendary circuit. And next week we'll have our first mid-season break before we head off to Brands Hatch and then Mount Panorama and Bathurst. So there's some flyaway races before we end up at Watkins Glen. So let's have a look at the points after round 2 as we head into round 3. And Nick Pfaff is in the lead with 2 victories and 20 points ahead of Chris Padajak in second place with 2 second places and 18 points. And Peter Dongo and Peter Cameron and Solomon Fakri are all equal with 14 points each, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Trent Fuller there, 6th place with 10 points. And as we take a look at the team's points, we had a minor correction there with TCR Racing up to 4th place after Peter Cameron's podium finish at the last race. So they move up ahead of Fezzer Racing Team, both on 14 points. And then we can see Mercedes well ahead of the manufacturer's standings with BMW up to 2nd place thanks to Peter Cameron's podium finish, like we said, and Porsche with 3rd with 14 points. So the 6 drivers that have competed so far this season have all settled in. This is their 3rd round now, but the conditions, they're going to be challenging. The last round we had wet weather play its part at the Red Bull Ring. Now rain is common at Spa, but we're not forecast for any rain at the moment and the skies are pretty clear. But there's not much lighting around the circuit. We can see some lights down the straight here at Eau Rouge and some key corners around the track, like this one right here. But overall, the drivers are going to have to get used to these conditions. And we can see how dark it is at some of the places on the circuit right there. I don't even know what we're looking at the moment. I think it's the back straight. I'm not sure. So we're going to head down to the grid walk at the moment. We're starting on the 24-hour layout pit area straight. Not the Grand Prix layout, as we'll see shortly. So let's head down to the grid now. We'll see where the drivers have all lined up for round 3, ETGT League Season 4.
We're down here on the grid at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Look at the crowd packing the stands over here. It's the middle of the night too. And the drivers have their lights on, ready to go racing. And in pole position, it's Nick Pfaff, your championship leader. Number 7 car for Pfaff Motorsports. Let's see what he can do in front of the grid, and he'll lead the pack as they head down to Eau Rouge. We're starting on the 24-hour layout instead of the Grand Prix layout, and Peter Dongo will start in 2nd position. So he lines up in the front row of the grid. Wonder what he can do there. Can he get a slipstream behind Nick Pfaff as they run down the Kemmel Straight? Or will Chris Padajak do something at 3rd place for Sicko Motorsports? Had a good run so far this season. Let's see if he can finish on the podium here at Spa. The league's first visit to this venue, and Peter Cameron qualifies in 4th place. The yellow livery really shining under the lights here. That car's going to be easier to see than some of the others as they make their way across this very dark circuit. Not many lights around here. The main straight's lit up, a few of the corners are lit up. The drivers are going to have to be on the ball. Peter Cameron in a good position there. He's in front of Fezzer lining up in 5th place. So the battle between Porsche and BMW in the constructor standings, this is important because they're on equal points. So Porsche and Fezzer just behind at the moment, thanks to Peter Cameron getting podium place. And in 6th position, Trent Fuller for Team 53. He lines up 6 on the grid. Still scoring points though this season. The Team 53 doing a good job, and that's how they all line up on the grid here at Spa. As we take a look at Eau Rouge from here on the grid, let's take you back up to the commentary box. Let's catch the rest of the action for round 3, ETGT League Season 4. The lights are counting down here at Spa. It's the middle of the night with the stands are packed as we watch the cars head off the grid. Nick Pfaff is in first, and looks like Fezza didn't even get off the line there. The cars head through Eau Rouge. Nick Pfaff in first, ahead of Peter Dongo. He's going to get a nice slipstream. Chris Padajak as well, might get a double slipstream there with the Mercedes 1, 2 and 3. TCR Camp Corp, 4th place. Peter Cameron, head down straight. There's Peter Dongo, Chris Padajak side by side. What's going to happen as they head into the third? Oh, there we go, Peter Dongo in 2nd place. Slots in front of Chris Padajak. We've got Peter Cameron in 4th place. Tread Fuller, 5th position. Fezza did get off the line. He's having some problems with the car, we can see. He heads down the straight, he's well behind the pack. He's got the hazard lights on, we're not sure what's happening there with the car. Get an update later. Nick Pfaff leads the pack halfway around the lap. It's the middle of the night here at Spa. It's the first visit here to this circuit. The drivers have their work cut out. Endurance style settings with the nighttime conditions, cold tyres. Nick Pfaff in the lead, in front of Peter Dongo. He's got Chris Padajak right behind him there. Right on board with Sicko Motorsport driver. You can see the brake lights really blinding you there if you get close. There's Chris very close there to the Team 53 car. So head down, back straight here at Spa. Well, it looks like he's slightly catching up. He's looks like there's a slipstream. You can't really overtake here on these cars, but he can probably outbrake it at the chicane. We'll see what happens. Let's head up to complete lap 1 here at Spa. So Chris Padajak lining up a move for Peter Dongo. No, he's going to stay behind. As we finish lap 1, Nick Pfaff across the line, 2 minutes 6 for his first lap. Peter Dongo in 2nd place, just ahead of Chris Padajak. Yeah, these two are very tight. Look behind him too. Peter Cameron, Trent Fuller, 4th and 5th, and we can confirm that, yes, Fezza Racing Team retired Solomon. Had to retire the car, unfortunately. Had trouble getting off the grid. He's had car problems, so he won't be competing, unfortunately. The TCR Racing, Peter Cameron going through Eau Rouge, staying ahead of Trent Fuller. He's keeping just ahead. He's got a penalty there. He's probably run wide through the Eau Rouge complex, trying to keep up with the BMW. The BMW chases down these two Mercedes. So, cars are settled in a bit. On lap 2, this 30-minute race, we've got Chris Padajak chasing down Peter Dongo. There's a bit of a gap from first to second. Peter Dongo in 2nd. There's Nick Pfaff. There's your leader. He's in 1st place. Right, so let's have a look and see what tyres everyone started the race on. So Nick Pfaff is on your softs. You see a little bit of wear on them already, especially around this complex of the circuit. It's hard on the tyres. Pfaff Motorsports. Ooh, looks like he ran a bit wide there, but no, he's doing well in 1st. So you can see Peter Dongo, he's also on the softs. 2nd position, just ahead of Chris Padajak. Also on softs. Tyre wear pretty much even between them. As we watch him head around to almost complete lap 2. And this 7-kilometre course, legendary circuit, famous for Formula 1, but also GT racing. These German touring cars are a good fit around this circuit. Trent Fuller on the softs. Oh, looks like he served the penalty and he's gone behind TCR Camp Corp now. So it looks like Trent Fuller was in front of him actually. We'll have to see what happened there. As we complete, we'll start lap 3. So everyone running the softs. we confirm, yes, Trent and Camcorp. Now, Camcorp on the mediums, actually. So there we go. DCR Camcorp on the mediums, doing well in front of Trent, who's on the faster tyre. So Camcorp in a good position on a different strategy, just running his own race. And there we go. So these guys will probably flap, well, once, oh, that's a beautiful shot there of the sky. And you can see Peter Dongo is actually building a bit of a gap between himself and the Sicko Motorsports car. So, lap 3. This is the closest battle on the circuit. Battle for second and third. With Chris Padajak chasing down Peter Dongo. So the conditions are pretty difficult here. And sometimes at Spa, you'll usually rain. There's no rain forecast. You can see that there's minimal clouds in the sky. Clear night here. But the nighttime conditions pose a different challenge for the drivers. There's a few night races this season. Next one will be at Bathurst, which is also the next race. Ooh, and Camcorp struggling through the turn there. I think Trent Fuller's gonna catch up a bit. Yeah, Trent Fuller's got a good run there, but he's got another penalty, you see. So Trent Fuller doing well on the soft, but they both go wide. Oh, Camcorp, he spun. Oh, Camcorp spun. Oh, so he's gone through the complex and he's cooked the tyres. That'll put some wear on the tyres for sure. Oh, and that's a shot of Camcorp coming out into the light. Very dramatic. So dramatic scenes here. Spa, Camcorp spinning early on in the race. So Trent Fuller, even though he'll serve that penalty, still find himself well ahead of his rival, Peter Cameron. So back up to the front, here's Nick Pfaff in the lead and in charge. And there is Peter Dongo in front of Chris Padajak. With the pack head down to finish lap 3, start lap 4. There we go. So yeah, that's the strategy. Well, the tyres they're all in the soft, so they're all going to pit very similar times. It's just about who can keep it on the track, who's got the pace. Peter Dongo is going to look to chase down Pfaff, try to put the pressure on, but not even a third race distance yet. So any of these guys could still win it potentially. Yeah, maybe Nick Pfaff will hit the grass, or maybe he'll put the wrong tyres on. Nothing's guaranteed here in these races, even though the field isn't large at the moment. Racing is still close. Peter Dongo about 5 or so seconds behind their leader Nick Pfaff. He's a couple of seconds in front of Chris Padajak. These guys are well ahead. Trent Fuller, he started at the rear of the grid, finds himself up into 4th after Feza unfortunately couldn't make the race after having problems at the start, and Peter Cameron spinning on the lap before, encountering problems there. So he'll be on a different strategy to the rest of the guys. He'll be going longer in this first stint. We'll see how long he can go for. It looks like he's catching up to Trent Fuller though. That gap, not as big as it seemed. Trent Fuller doing his best to keep up with everyone, as is Chris Padajak. Oh, and Peter Dongo, look at that. Oh, it's very slippery. Oh. Bit of a moment there for the Team 53 car. That's allowed Chris Padajak to come up. Pretty close. So, has he got enough of a... Is he just behind him? Yeah, there we go. So, might get a bit of a slipstream there. See what happens when they go up to the chicane. No, not quite. Bit of a scare there for Peter Dongo. We'll see what happens when we go up to Eau Rouge and the Kemmel Straight. All the brakes are glowing there. The Sicko Motorsport car. We'll just start lap 5. We're almost a third of the race distance. 9 minutes, just over 9 minutes in. This is definitely where the action is. Chris Padajak and Peter Dongo, both up to good starts this season, scoring points. But Nick Pfaff, he's the one that's out at the front and in charge. no one can really pose a challenge to him at this stage. I don't think Chris Pajak is close enough. He'll get a bit of a slipstream effect. I'm not sure if he'll be able to outbrake Peter Dongo. You can see Nick Pfaff there in the distance. It's like a straightaway difference. There we go. On Camcorp's in the pits. So you can see Camcorp in the pits. That doesn't look like, yeah, no, so Chris Pajak didn't get anything done there. So Peter Cameron's just gone in. There's a really long pit lane here at Spa with the 24-hour layout that we're using here. You enter where the Formula 1 cars generally enter. And here we go, it's finally actually in the pit lane. This Camcorp. See his cars. See his team working on the car. And out he goes. Put a bit of fuel in. He'll have to pit again. He's probably just repaired the car as well. He may have had some damage. And out he goes. What tyres does he put on the car? Graphics says mediums. Ooh, there's a lot of pit crew there. He's got a penalty there of 3 seconds. I'll have a look and see what tyres he's put on the car, and he's got softs on. Peter Cameron's got the softs on. Not sure that's going to last the rest of the race. I think he'll find himself pitting again. But there we go. Peter Cameron on the soft tyres. Get back to the action. So Peter Dongo's already built up a bit of a gap again. Chris Pajak after that little bit of a little bit of a moment there. There's the 1053 car on lap 4. It's gone down to lap 6. Oh, and he's pitting. So Peter Dongo's in the pits. There we go. Oh, and Chris Pajajak's in the pits too. Okay, so Nick Pfaff stays out. Nick Pfaff is staying out in this one. Peter Dongo's in the pits. 1053 preparing for their driver. Look at the fuel difference there. Peter Dongo 47%. Chris Pajak 37%. That is quite interesting. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Peter Dongo coming in. Chris Pajak coming in. There we go. Sicko Motorsports out. Dunlop tyres. Oh, and Trent Fuller's also in for 1053. 1053 services both their cars with tyres. Peter Dongo getting tyres changed done. Oh, there's Sicko Motorsports getting done as well. So who's going to put fuel in? What amount of fuel? So Peter Dongo's got a full tank in. Oh, Chris Pajak's put a little bit less, and he's out. Peter Dongo's out. Chris Pajak's out. Trent Fuller is coming in, as we can see. He's 55%, so he's got even less fuel in the car. Good fuel saving there from Chris Pajak. Sorry, from Trent Fuller. So I think we saw there Chris Pajak on the mediums, Peter Dongo on the mediums. We'll just confirm with the. We'll just confirm here though. Oh no! So look what's happened here. So 1053 have put the softs on Peter Dongo. Oh, a bit of a blunder there, I think. What about for Trent Fuller? So Trent Fuller's pitted. See him coming out. But he's on the soft tyres. No, he's in the mediums. So they've put the right tyres on Trent Fuller. But Peter Dongo is on the softs. Chris Pajak on the mediums. Oh, I don't think that's going to go too well for Peter Dongo because I don't think they're going to last the rest of the race. And he has to use the mediums at some point. So Peter Dongo there is probably fuming in the cockpit. Look ahead. Sicko Motorsports. So I think that's the race there. Unfortunately. Trent Fuller out on the right tyres, and that's his gap. 4th to 5th. It's a big one. TCR Camcorp in 5th. So we'll see if he catches up to Trent Fuller. Oh, Nick Pfaff's in the pits. Nick Pfaff is made into the pits. He's going to put, hopefully, the medium tyres on. He'll put the right tyres on the car. Unlike Trent Fuller, unfortunately. No, unlike Peter Dongo, 1053. Doing the blunder. So we're almost halfway distance, actually. So with all these pit stops and how long the lap is, and how long the pit entry is, and whatnot, we're almost half distance now. Peter Dongo, so Nick Pfaff pitting, Pfaff Motorsports Series, going in. We'll get the soft tyre, we'll get the soft tyres off, soft Bridgestones off, medium Bridgestones on. Nick Pfaff. put in as much fuel in the car as you can, and out he goes. Pretty easy there. And he had no damage in the car, no repairs to do. He's got the fastest lap of the race as well. He's got no reason to really rush. And he'll come out of the pits. And in first position, in front of Peter Dongo and Chris Padajak. So, I'm sure Chris Padajak knows that already now. Sugo Motorsport have told him, hey, the guy in front of you, their team's stuffed up. They've got the wrong tyres on the car. You got the right strategy on, and there's your top three down the straight. You've got Nick Pfaff, who will just confirm. There you go, he's on the racing medium tyres. That'll last him for the rest of the race. Peter Dongo on the softs, Chris Padajak on the mediums. Trent Fuller on the mediums as he goes through a Rouge. The racing line there, keeping it on the track. And now Cam Corp is going to chase him down. See what he can do through Eau Rouge with the soft tyres. He's going to have to pit again too though, isn't he? And he did use the mediums in the first stint. We'll see if his softs can last for the rest of the race. He's got half race distance to go. See what he can do. They still look pretty new. See what Peter Cameron can do. We'll check up on him in about 10 minutes or so as he's pumping in his best laps as he tries to chase down Fuller. There you go. Oh, what's happened here? That looked like someone went off the circuit. It's all good. Nick Pfaff in the lead. Peter Dongo in second. So Peter Dongo looks like he's even chasing Nick Pfaff down. But with the tyre blunder, it's sort of all for naught. Peter Dongo is going to have to hope for some penalties or an incident. But he'll still finish third, all things considered, considering the gap to Trent Fuller. It's quite large at this stage. He's your top three, relatively together on the circuit. So Chris Padajak in third, net second really, if you look at it. Although, who knows, maybe he'll cop damage. Maybe he'll have to pit again. So start lap 8. 17 minutes into this race. It's still pitch black here. There's a bit more cloud cover now. Still no sign of rain. Not going to rain here at Spa. For our first visit, ETGT League's first visit to this circuit. And although there hasn't been a lot of action, it's still been a good race to watch. Watch these guys and these German touring cars go through this legendary circuit. Finally on the calendar. In the middle of the night. So we'll be going to Bathurst next. Same conditions. Sort of in the middle of the season. We'll get towards the middle of the season. Sort of getting these night races. It's a beautiful shot there. It's a Sugo Motorsport car going through the lights. Nice shot there. As he chases down Team 53. Peter Dongo is just ahead. There he is. Looks like he's still chasing down Nick Pfaff. I think Nick Pfaff might just be chilling a bit. Although there is a tyre difference. Peter Dongo on the softs. You can see Nick Pfaff just ahead. Yeah, Peter Dongo, good line through there. Trying all he can to try and build a gap. Now it's not over yet. If Chris Padajak has a spin or two. There's a long pit lane here though, that's what's really going to kill it. Long pit entry. Bit of an exit as well. It's not like it's a shortcut, the exit or anything. Like some circuits like Interlagos where it's kind of inside the corner. Here it's outside the turn at Spa. But we're using the 24-hour layout. So we started on the straight going up to Eau Rouge. Instead of the Grand Prix layout, we start before the hairpin. Last Horse hairpin. Watch Peter Dongo. Looks like the gap's grown a little bit now between him and Nick Pfaff. Well, he's still there in shot though. These two definitely in shot. Ooh, it's Padajak trying all he can to chase down Peter Dongo. I wouldn't risk too much though. I mean, you are guaranteed a podium either way. So Trent Fuller still ahead of Peter Cameron. So make their way down the back straight. And there's Peter Cameron. So the gap is definitely decreasing. We'll check on Camcorp's tyres in a bit to see how we do it, making it last. As they head to start lap 9, the back markers, you could say, Peter Cameron and Trent Fuller. So Peter Cameron was on track to be ahead, I'd say, of Trent Fuller, if not for that spin. And there we go, Peter Cameron coming up to the hairpin at the start of lap 9. Beautiful shot here, this circuit. Hopefully we come back here in the daytime and get some new perspective on the cars through these legendary corners. It's hard to see in the dark, but it does offer its own unique charm. Sometimes when the cars do go through the light, like we're about to see here, ooh, beautiful green, beautiful British racing green of the Sicko Motorsport car. Flashes of orange. Chris Padajek says it's icy pole orange. Not sure where he gets that from. And yeah, the purple or indigo streaks through the Sicko Motorsport car, shining through when it's able to. Not here though, as you can see. It's too dark. Can't see anything there. Blazing through the night, Sicko Motorsport car. We'll see if we can stick with the car, and then we'll see if the purple shines through in the light here that we're talking about. Because in the daytime, it's usually just there we go, it's like a purple when it's really intense light. It's more of a blue when it's just normal light. So the icy pole orange is because it looks like an icy pole apparently. Yeah, I can get around that. Number 90, chasing down the Peter Dongo. New title sponsor this season, Dorma Kaba. Door manufacturer for, yeah, they make doors. Check them out, I guess. Getting on board with Team 53, retaining their drivers this season. And yeah, the livery is looking good, I must say. Clean on the car. Oh, that's Peter Dongo. What's happened there? Oh, he's gone on the grass. Jeez. And now he's gone a bit wide. Yeah, well, we saw that happen there. I'm not sure what happened there. He had a bit of a moment down the straight. Going left and right. Now he's got the penalty. Well, he had the pit stop penalty anyway. But, geez, that's not going to do Peter Dongo any favours whatsoever. Maybe he was warming up the tyres or testing out the steering. Well, this will allow Chris Padajek to catch up a little bit to the Dorma Kaba livery car, featuring the white, blue and red. Looking good there. Faf Motorsport up ahead in first. We haven't seen much of him lately, but rocking a mostly white car this season with flashes of the German flag colours of yellow, black, red in stripe formation. Nice clean livery there. I guess it almost looks like Sebastian Vettel's helmet, you could say. Nick Pfaff is definitely in charge here. No worries whatsoever as he goes into start lap 11 on Chris Padajek. There we go. He's gotten ahead of Peter Dongo thanks to that penalty that he had. So he's finally in second place. Sure he'd be happy with that. So, Trent Fuller. Oh, he's just ahead of Peter Cameron now. There's going to be something brewing between these guys. Oh, Peter Dongo's in the pits. Look at that. So Peter Dongo's in the pits as we watch his teammate ahead of Peter Cameron. This is going to be a bit of a battle down the straight. Let's see what the BMW can do. Can catch a slipstream. Oh, they're going to go side by side down the straight. There we go. So Peter Cameron is actually ahead down the straight. He makes the move done through think it's Blanchimont or Stavolo. Forgive me for not knowing my corner names. Oh, look at that. The BMW ahead of Team 53. Lined up fast and did it. Off we go. So while Peter Dongo was in the pits, teammate got past. Cam Corp up the 4th. Peter Dongo coming out of the pits. So you'll have the right tyres on now. We'll have medium tyres on. There's just 5 minutes, about 5 minutes left in the race. See, it's just disappeared, you know? Time's just disappeared. Peter Cancor. Peter Cameron's up to 4th. Yes, ahead of Trent Fuller. So Peter Dongo, well, he finds himself with a 3-second penalty there. Must have crossed the pit exit. And well, if he's not careful, he'll find Peter Cameron actually just behind him, eh? So he goes kind of slow through that section. Yeah, there we go, Peter Cameron. If he didn't have his spin, he would have found himself ahead of Peter Dongo at this point of the race. Hey, he still might find himself ahead of him. He's got a 3-second penalty, does Peter Dongo, so he's not going anywhere in the penalty zone right now. There's a great shot there of the skyline. Purple sky almost, as we see Sicko Motorsport heading down the penalty section we were just talking about, that Peter Dongo will have to serve in just a sec. So here we go, right on board. Peter Dongo has pitted. We'll confirm the tyres that he's on. Yep, the team have done the right thing, put the mediums on this time. And there we go, Peter Dongo preparing to serve the penalty. We'll see how much time he loses through this section, and see how much Peter Cameron can catch up to Peter Dongo. The two Peters, 3rd and 4th. Oh, there we go, serving his penalty. It's almost at a complete stop there. Where's Peter Cameron? There's Peter Cameron. So I think he's not close enough. Oh, we're riding on board with Peter Cameron. There we go. So there we can see Peter Cameron chasing down Peter Dongo. Oh, he's still chasing him down, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's go through the chicane to start lap 12. Peter Cameron finds himself just behind Peter Dongo. Basically fighting for 3rd place here, these two. We're right on board with Peter Cameron through Eau Rouge. Hear the turbos whistling in the car. It's the only turbo car in the field. It lines up Eau Rouge. Nice clean line through there, no penalties or whatever. And we see Peter Dongo, he's already got a bit of a gap there. So head down the straight. So the last few laps of the race coming up. The race is about to finish. Nick Pfaff in the lead. On lap 12. So it's 2 minutes left in the race. He'll get one more lap in. So it'll be 13 laps done in this race, if the timing is correct. To watch Nick Pfaff go on to start what should be the last lap. There we go. Nick Pfaff through the complex. It's kind of confusing because the start-finish line is here, down the Grand Prix straight, but we start on the other side of the circuit, or the other side of this corner here. Nick Pfaff is about to come to as he goes to do Eau Rouge for the last time. There we go. So he's now heading to where we started the race, which is just here. Here at this sign. As we watch the Mercedes driver tackle Eau Rouge. Oh, it's a great line through there. Oh, he really uses all the circuit. I wonder if he's going to get a penalty for that one. No, doesn't look like it. Nick Pfaff knows what he's doing there. So Chris Badajak up into 2nd. So Nick Pfaff controlled the race, start to finish. Not really much to say there. Oh, look at that shot of the Sicko Motorsport car. He hits through Eau Rouge. Great shot there. Finds himself in 2nd after Peter Dongo in Team 53 had a bit of a blunder with their pit stops. And they find themselves way behind now. We can see there on the track map the gaps between first, second, and third. It's almost 30 seconds each. Oh, and Trent Fuller finds himself wide there coming out of the turn, and Peter Cameron's in the pits. Oh, look at this! Peter Cameron's in the pits. He's almost run out of fuel, actually. Oh, did the tyres not last? Let's have a look at the tyres. No, the tyres are fine. It was the fuel. Oh, Peter Cameron, he was just one lap short of fuel. Oh, the tyres were fine. His tyre wear is good, but the fuel. He just couldn't get it. Probably didn't notice until it was too late. So we'll watch Peter Cameron take his pit stop. See, he spun earlier on in the race. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's splash and dash, and out he goes. He spun earlier on in the race. He found himself almost as high as third after Peter Dongo had his pit stop blunder. Trent Fuller, well, doing nothing wrong really this race. The team putting on the tyres correctly and finds himself in fourth place. As we watch Nick Pfaff coming up to finish the race. It's on the final lap, dominated from start to finish. Oh, he's won here at Spa. League's first visit here. He continues his dominance in ETGT League Season 4. Nick Pfaff crosses the line in first place. Pfaff Motorsports had pole positions, 3 poles, 3 wins in a row. Nick Pfaff and Pfaff Motorsports will be happy with that one. As we head into the first mid-season break, and we go into some flyaway races. So Brands Hatch up next. We're still in Europe, but we're heading across the pond. Here we watch Chris Padajak and Siggo Motorsports. Stayed in podium position the whole race and found himself up to second after Pete Dongo's mishaps. It's a good race for him, Chris Padajak and Siggo Motorsports. He'll be happy with that. As he crosses the line in second place. It's a good season so far for him. Siggo Motorsports and Chris Padajak doing well, getting the best out of the car and themselves. Here at Spa, in the middle of the night, Peter Dongo, he'll have some words with his team, Team 53, after they put the wrong tyres on. Was it a driver error? Was it a team error? He still finishes on the podium though, Team 53. Peter Dongo in third position, scoring some good points there. And there we go, Trent Fuller coming in just behind his teammate, fourth place. He'll be happy with that. Finishing ahead of Peter Cameron after he spun out in the race and ran out of fuel. Trent Fuller doing all the right stuff for Team 53, doing everything correctly. And there we can see Peter Cameron as he comes to finish his lap, serve a penalty. Oh, it all came undone. Almost could have finished as high as third or run as high as third. Things were a bit different. But the rookie driver will come home to finish the race. Unfortunately, Feza racing team, Solomon Fakri, barely getting off the line. They couldn't get a lap done. They retired very early on in the race. But Peter Cameron coming home to finish fifth.
And there we go. After 30 minutes, Nick Pfaff once again takes the victory ahead of Chris Padajak. Big gap there, over 30 seconds at the end. And then Peter Dongo, after some unfortunate pit strategy blunders, still finds himself in third position though, on the podium, ahead of his teammate, Trent Fuller, it's Team 53, third and fourth, and Peter Cameron bringing up fifth position. After underfueling his car, had to come in at the last lap for a splash and dash, and Solomon finishing, not finishing, he DNF, says his sixth position there, but yeah, didn't finish the race, didn't even finish lap 1. Feza Racing Team retiring the car due to electrical and steering wheel problems. So let's have a look at that and some other highlights from the race.
So let's take a look and see what happened with Solomon at the start of the race. So we can see he starts rolling off the grid just before the lights go out, and well, he just keeps rolling. So he hasn't got the car in drive. He's not able to really get it into gear. You see Marlboro Porsche is rolling. You can see in the car. Yep, still rolling. So Feza pressing some buttons. I think he's just trying to get the car going. But here was a steering wheel problem. Something to do with the electronics in the car as well. Oh, so there we go. He gets in gear just before he hits a rouge. He carefully drives the car through the circle. And he's got, as you can see, he's got the hazard lights on. He's just heading through the straight. And unfortunately he had to retire the car. There's a racing team had to retire the car. Didn't even make it past one lap. So we're on lap 3. Well, let's have a look and see what happened with Peter Cameron and his spin through this fast section of the circuit. He was just ahead of Trent Fuller there, the 1053 car. Peter Cameron just goes a little bit wide, he hits the curb, and that was enough for him to send him into the spin. Oh, and off he goes. Oh, and you see all the smoke coming up. Oh, there we go. Corrects the car and off he goes. Oh, he's still smoking there. He tries to get traction into the tyres. So we're on lap 4. There's a pretty hairy moment here for Peter Dongo just after the chicane complex. So he had a little bit of a gap there to Saturday, you can see. And I watch him after this corner. He gets a little bit slippery. Oh, there we go. Almost lost it. And that's allowed Chris Paddyjack to really catch up there just behind. Pretty wild moment there for Team 53 driver. So let's check out another moment here from Peter Dongo. We're on lap 10, and we're just after Eau Rouge. So we'll see what happens with the car here. It's just down the straight. Oh, look at that. Just left, right. Oh, off the circuit, hits some of the braking marker boards. And he runs a little bit wide. And he ends up with a 1.5 second penalty after that. So let's check that out on another angle. So he's heading down the straight. Everything looks all good. Just out of nowhere. Oh, wiggle. Onto the grass. Oh, yeah. Hits the brakes. Braking boards and up the right.
So despite a small grid, still some good moments there through the race, and some good battles through the grid as well. We had Peter Dongo and Chris Paddyjack pretty close through the first stint of the race, and it would have been close through the whole time had Peter Dongo and Team 53 got their pit strategy right. And Trent Fuller and Peter Cameron also, having a bit of fun out on track together, passing each other a few times to penalties and spins and whatnot. And Peter Cameron, he did chase and catch Trent Fuller towards the end of the race, but ran out of fuel. If he pitted a lap later, earlier on in the race, maybe he would have made it. But well, that's the way racing goes sometimes. Got to get your strategy right. Got to get the race right. Trying not to get any damage. And challenging conditions in the middle of the night here at Spa. You can't really see anything there. We can see the main pit complex in the foreground, though. That's neat. And there's the legendary Eau Rouge corner, which all the drivers had no problem with, it seems, today. Or tonight, I should say. So let's have a look at the points after round 3. And Nick Pfaff, well, no surprises there, on 30 points, 3 out of 3, doing a perfect job. He even got the fastest lap today as well. No points for the fastest lap, but it shows you the job that he's doing. But Chris Paddyjack as well, he's only 3 points behind. It's only going to take a couple of bad races, and Chris Paddyjack's up there. So he's on 27 points. And Peter Dongo cements himself in 3rd position ahead of Peter Cameron, who's only 1 point behind. And Trent Fuller has moved up ahead of Solomon Fakri after his non-finish here at Spa. So he scores no points, stays on 14 points. Trent Fuller up to 16, Peter Cameron on 21. So let's take a look at the teams and manufacturer standings. And Team 53 has 39 points, well ahead of Pfaff Motorsports. The 2-car squad up in 1st. The single car squad in 2nd, doing a good job. Sco Motorsports in 3rd. TCR Racing up ahead of Fezza Racing Team with 20 points versus 14. And in the manufacturer standings, Mercedes well ahead now. BMW, who are ahead of Bosch. So the teams are heading off to their first mid-season break at the first 3 rounds of ETGT League Season 4. And we're going to wrap things up here at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. We'll be back for round 4 at Brands Hatch. We're crossing over to the UK from mainland Europe, and then we're trekking over to Australia and the rest of the world. We're bringing the German touring cars worldwide as we finish up the European stint here. We're going to leave you with a montage of photos from tonight's round at Spa. So we'll be back next round at Brands Hatch. We'll see you guys there. Make sure you tune in here at ETGT League. But until then, it's bye for now.